even if they know about it, prior to the Greeks and Romans later down the line chiseling out any evidence they could find of it. 950 billion years ago, Prime Creator used the melanated female sexual energy to think everything into existence scientifically through the female yanas, who thought the male yanas into existence, and together they thought all things into existence by the consciousness of Prime Creator. The demonic forces do not have this kind of information. They do not have any light whatsoever. Getting to the point where the YouTube people are the only people one can talk to. The rest of the masses, as victims of this matrix, don't have a clue. So, let me inform my YouTube people that the power structure of Western civilization is composed of shape-shifting, flesh-eating, and blood-drinking reptilian humanoids, as Western civilization's royal families, United States presidents, and politicians of an Aryan Germanic bloodline containing the 13 bloodline families of Europe and their American offsprings, and the Ibarus from the planet Nibiru, which were dumped off onto planet Earth 5,773 years ago as the principal reptilian humanoids here on planet Earth, working their ways into all of the power structures existing in Western civilization. This planet Earth, the 12th living library of this universe, where the advanced scientists, genetic engineering gods and goddesses of Sirius and Vega performed their experimental superhuman creation at. On this fifth dimensional level, 560 million years ago. That was that timeline. The current timeline is dominated by these current super rich humanoids of the Western world, living in palaces, castles, and humongous mansions, and eating the ignorant humans of the planet as human sacrifices. Ever since these reptilian humanoids first arrived here from the planet Nibiru 450,000 years ago and landed in ancient Mesopotamia, due to the fact that they needed new DNA because they were dying out. So they came here with the mission of sexing out the females on planet Earth. Now they own the news media, so you can't say very much. They control the politicians. They control the wealth of the planet. They control the media of the planet, as well as the motion picture and TV mediums. So you cannot say anything to the masses in order to mentor them into becoming conscious human beings, knowing that they are victims of an atrocious blood-drinking and flesh-eating matrix of New World Order demons.
In your experience of taking part in these rituals that you've conducted, you say you've conducted them in Europe and the United
rituals. I have seen George Bush. I have seen Madeleine Albright. I have seen Henry Kissinger. I have seen Ronald Reagan. And I've also, by the way, seen his wife, Nancy Reagan. I have seen Hillary Clinton before I knew she was Hillary Clinton at the time. At these rituals, she is involved. The other people that I have named I have seen shapeshift into reptilians. I have not seen Hillary Clinton actually shapeshift, but she is involved. I have seen the two sons when they were young, the two sons of George Bush present at these rituals.
Are these the sons that have become governors?
Yes, one is in Florida and one is in Texas. I have seen, did I mention J. Rockefeller? And he shapeshifts. I've seen George Deukmejian and Ronald Reagan again, having been governor in California. There have been people such as Newt Gingrich. I saw, and I didn't know at the time that he was Newt Gingrich. I recognized that he was Newt Gingrich when Clinton came into power, and after he was, Newt Gingrich was then elected Speaker of the House, and I was horrified to realize that this man was also there. All of this has affected me to the point I don't vote. All of these people seem to all be connected to the Illuminati, and I don't feel like being part of having anything to do with them.
Presidents like Carter and Ford and Clinton.
I've seen Ford there.
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford, yes.
Are they all reptilian bloodlines?
I haven't seen Carter shapeshift.
You've seen the rituals, have you?
Yes. Gerald Ford, I have seen shapeshift. And Johnson, also.
Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson. Also, Dr. Joseph Mengele, who took me around to these rituals a lot of the time, was also a shapeshifter. And there were also people there are people in the European countries that I've seen shapeshift and be involved. And this, it doesn't surprise me any more than it does the people in this country do it. It's just for some reason more shocking, and it cuts even deeper. Because I've seen the Queen Mother there, and I have seen the Queen there. I've seen Princess Margaret there. I've seen Charles there, and they shapeshift. And I have seen this. I'm not coming up with his name right now, but he was president in France after de Gaulle. He was there. I've seen him there. I've seen the Rothschilds there. I used to see the Rothschild that lived in England there. The one that still goes there and is a shapeshifter, Guy de Rothschild, Baron Guy de Rothschild, has been to all of these rituals and has been over in this country under the name of Dr. Barrington and tried to program me and has impregnated me several times. She looks like the nose portion gets very much longer and it grows into kind of a snout kind of thing. She has little fangs and incisors as teeth, and there's a tongue, and they all seem to have this kind of tongue when they're at this level. The tongue has a lot of long, hairy or pointed projections coming out. It's very long. And they have these, they don't have hands or feet, they have these claws. And they have scales and also scales that seem to kind of disappear into one another, but it's more pronounced on the back. There seem to be lumps or protrusions coming from the head. There seem to be some kind of growth appendages at where, on the back, and they seem folded, and not all of them have that. And there is a tail, and they a lot of times will keep the tail curled, and and I've seen her when she's very displeased with something, as I've seen other members like this. This tail is whipped around, very agitated, and they do, and she hisses.
What color are they?
Which one in particular?
Take the Queen Mother as an example.
She's kind of a beige. I believe that this child of Prince William is the son of Pindar, and she was impregnated, and she did not realize that.
When you look at the ritual nature of all that, you've got Osiris, would seem symbolized by the fire. You've got Isis symbolized by Diana. Presumably the baby quite obviously symbolizes Horus, an Egyptian legend and ritual. Why create that in a tunnel in Paris at that time? What was it designed to do, to symbolize or whatever?
It's to symbolize, it's part of symbolizing getting the world ready to recognize the Horus that is about to come upon us in the year 2000. The year 2000 is the age of Horus and Osiris reborn, and there's a sacrifice involved, and the sacrifice is the mother, and the sacrifice is this child, and yet it involves another child who yet lives by the same mother. And